5 on your side at 10 starts now.
Frosty Friday for some, and the frost is late for those of us that haven't seen it, where you may have to scrape your windshield tomorrow, and why more of us may get that opportunity over the weekend.
Rebuilding dreams in the wake of a nightmare.
And these are whole homes that we're moving, so it's not just like a room.
The new push to get St. Louis storm survivors back on their feet. Our top story, food fears are growing amid a Senate stalemate.
I'm uneasy.
The race for solutions is we're just hours away from vital federal funding going away in a snap. Tonight, the lights are on at the U.S. Capitol, but no lawmakers are home. U.S. senators have left Washington with no deal in sight to reopen the government, leaving millions of Americans on the brink of losing critical food aid. That's set to happen a little more than 24 hours from now. Good evening. I'm Mike Bush. Kelly Jackson has the night off. It's day 30 of the government shutdown, and senators are not set to return to work until Monday, 2 days after funding for SNAP benefits expire. Missouri Senator Josh Hawley has introduced a bill that would fund those benefits in November amid the shutdown. Despite bipartisan support, Majority Leader John Thune says the chamber won't consider standalone bills.
I don't want to have millions of American children going to bed hungry. I mean, there's no reason that they should. And I think this whole shutdown is ridiculous.
This is not some game show about who's winning or whatever. It's just like we have to be better than this and just open this up.
The U.S. Ag Department says it cannot tap into its $6 billion contingency fund to cover November benefits. A federal judge in Boston is working on an emergency decision to compel the Trump administration to do so, but warns it won't cover all recipients. All across the St. Louis area, emotions are running high about the loss of this vital benefit. And tonight, 5 on your side's Robert Townsend heard some of those concerns. Plus, one clergy group now putting pressure on the governor to do more.
It has definitely been an eye-opener.
That's how Chanel Woods describes the past few days. Woods is a mother of 4, a full-time master's student at Brown School, and she works part-time as a foster parent.
So now that changes for me because now I have to supplement this lack of, so now I'm scrambling trying to find a full-time job to cover the benefits that I won't be getting.
She's just one of the more than 600,000 Missourians who on Saturday might not receive their benefits through the federally funded Supplemental Nutrition Assistance or SNAP program.
My children's school been sending out like letters for food banks and things like that, and that is a resource, but it's not enough. Trying to feed a family of 5, it will be hard trying to navigate.
On Wednesday, Governor Mike Kehoe announced additional steps his administration is taking to expedite food assistance for at-risk Missourians in the wake of the impending SNAP stoppage. Kehoe directed a $10.6 million fund transferring from the Senior Services Growth and Development Fund to Missouri area agencies for aging. Plus, he ordered a $5 million distribution to Missouri food banks using temporary assistance for needy families.
What the governor has done is insignificant. It is not enough.
Members of the St. Louis group Metropolitan Congregations United have circulated a petition to faith-based groups across Missouri. They're hoping the move will push Governor Kehoe to do more to stop a freeze on SNAP benefits amid the ongoing government shutdown.
There are over 10% of Missourians who would end up being casualties of this government shutdown by way of SNAP.
My hope is that they can come to a solution.
A spokesman for Metropolitan Congregations United says so far more than 60 congregations in Missouri have signed their petition. Meanwhile, Governor Kehoe's office is reiterating SNAP benefits are 100% federally funded.
Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker is taking action to help food banks during the shutdown. He signed an executive order providing $20 million to 7 food banks, which supply more than 2,600 food pantries across the state. St. Louis County is setting up donation drop boxes to collect canned goods and non-perishable food. People can also drop off personal and baby care items. Every county library location and all 3 county health centers are accepting donations through November 17th. We've compiled a list of organizations collecting and distributing food for those in need. You can text the word food to 314-425-5355 and we'll send you a link straight to your phone. Right now, St. Louis police are investigating a deadly shooting in the College Hill neighborhood in North City. This happened about 2 hours ago near the intersection of East Prairie and Blair. A man was taken to the hospital where he died. We're working to get you more information, but so far, no word on any arrests or a motive. Disturbing new information tonight in the strangulation death of a toddler in North St. Louis. Nico Cotton is now charged with second-degree murder and sodomy in the death of 2-year-old Breon Wells. Police say Cotton turned himself in. He is being held without bond tonight. A traffic jam tonight outside Johnny Brock's Dungeon Party warehouse in South St. Louis. Police were called in for traffic control because of cars blocking the road. With Halloween tomorrow, people crowded the store for last-minute costumes, makeup, and party supplies. Some of you, as a matter of fact, will wake up to frost on the pumpkin. Weather Impact Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell says it won't be bone-chilling cold, though, for trick-or-treaters.
Treaters get a treat tomorrow rather than a trick from Mother Nature, as temperatures are about average tomorrow afternoon in the lower 60s. So when the kids and even some of those teenagers get out there tomorrow evening, I've seen a lot of memes on social media. Hey, you know, the bigger kids that you think, oh, you're too old for trick-or-treating, they could be doing a lot worse things than knocking on your door asking for some candy. So have them get some candy. 60 degrees at 5 o'clock, about 55 at 7 o'clock. Now, it is cooling off tonight. We still have some clouds north of St. Louis. We're watching those temperatures drop off. Look at Kirksville, down to 35 degrees. Most of us are still above 40, but west of St. Louis, the skies remain clear overnight. We're looking at the winds dying off, and with temperatures going down into the mid-30s, if you still have some tender plants out there that you want to keep going for a little bit longer, you may need to take some protection for them. We have the frost advisory in effect for those areas. At low temperatures over the next 7 days, they're going to be chilly for the next few mornings. We'll talk more about the opportunity for frost and maybe a freeze for Sunday morning for some of us.
It's been nearly 6 months since the May 16th tornado devastated North St. Louis, leaving families with nowhere to go. Tonight, with winter coming, there are renewed efforts to assist storm survivors. New at 10, 5 on your side's Brent Solomon explains the free services and financial resources available to help them get back on their feet.
For years now, St. Louis teens have been getting their hands dirty, rehabbing homes with the nonprofit Dream Builders for Equity. The May 16th tornado brought a new assignment.
We've helped 30 families relocate.
Ensure that storm survivors who need to move somewhere else have no hassles.
These are whole homes that we're moving, so it's not just like a room.
Jessica Gaines is one of the group's leaders.
Someone reaches out to us and says, we either can't stay in our home anymore or we need our items moved to storage until we can get our home fixed up.
They're doing this for free.
They come out, they'll help pack. They obviously help lift and move.
The group will even pay for up to 6 months of storage fees for neighbors in need. And all of these efforts come as city leaders announced Thursday stepped up plans to help get tornado victims who lost their homes into new shelter, especially before winter hits.
Allocating $1 million in accrued RAM settlement interest to the Impacted Tenants Fund, and this will ensure that more displaced residents receive financial assistance to help them relocate.
The mayor is working with the Board of Aldermen to provide $13 million in housing support, home repairs, rental assistance, even security deposits.
Enable rapid activation and operation of additional shelters, winter shelter facilities, extend hours in existing shelter.
The goal is to get those funds approved in a matter of weeks. In the meantime, these young people are glad to do their part.
They now have that relationship with the people in their community, and those people have a relationship with them as well.
Brent Solomon, 5 on your side.
Dream Builders for Equity operates solely from grants and private donations. It does not receive any government funding. If you would like to donate or apply for relocation assistance, you can visit the store in the As Seen on TV section of KSDK.com. Tonight, a 17-year-old is in police custody accused of stabbing and killing a man in St. Charles. According to investigators, the teen stabbed Joshua Ellison during a fight on Rutgers Drive overnight. Officers later found Ellison dead on Sherman Drive. They say he was an acquaintance of the teen's mother. As of right now, no charges have been filed. There's a new sheriff in St. Louis, and tonight we're hearing from him. Former St. Louis Police Chief John Hayden was appointed interim sheriff after a judge temporarily removed Alfred Montgomery from office. Montgomery is currently in federal custody as he faces witness tampering charges. Hayden says he's prioritizing the transportation of prisoners to medical appointments, a responsibility Montgomery refused to perform.
The insurance that prisoners get to the various locations. Sometimes it's a detention facility, sometimes it's a hospital, but to make sure that people that are being held for longer periods of time are transported properly.
Hayden says he will seek the sheriff's job in a special election if that happens. Tonight we're getting a new look inside a St. Louis safari. The first giraffe and rhino herds have moved into the St. Louis Zoo's new Wild Care Park. 5 on your side's Megan Kernan takes us to the 425-acre conservation center in North County.
Big, bold, and historic. The first rhino herd just moved into the St. Louis Zoo's Wild Care Park. What used to be a golf course is now a 425-acre African-style safari you'll soon get to explore. 5 massive southern white rhinos are settling into their new 63-acre pasture, their first home here in North St. Louis County.
We have one male rhino. His name is Newton. He's 27 years old. He came in from the Omaha Zoo. And then we have 4 females, and they range in age from 6 to 15.
Each rhino tips the scales at over 2 tons, but they move with surprising grace in this wide open space. Just across the park, meet Mo and Daniel, Wild Care Park's very first giraffes.
By the end of the year, we'll have 6 giraffes, with a few more coming next spring.
Their new giraffe barn stands 38 feet tall with raised feeders, natural flooring, and plenty of space to stretch those 13-foot necks.
They will have the choice to do whatever they would like. So in that 101 acres, they can go wherever they want.
When the parks open in 2027, visitors will board safari trucks to ride right through habitats like these, sharing landscapes with rhinos, giraffes, zebras, and more.
You know what? What we're doing is showcasing an historic moment for Wild Care Park.
Reporting in Spanish Lake, Megan Kernan, 5 on your side.
And Wild Care Park is set to open to the public in 2027. This year's Boo at the Zoo wrapped up at the St. Louis Zoo about 90 minutes ago. Tonight they celebrated Dia de los Muertos, or Day of the Dead. Guests enjoyed cultural crafts, sugar skull making, and a live mariachi performance. Since the holiday celebrates loved ones no longer with us, there was an altar to honor former zoo animals and cherished pets. A device danger in bed turns into a nightmare.
In all reality, we could be planning a funeral right now.
Tonight, a mother sounds the alarm about charging her phone while you are sleeping. The cost of convenience of digital wallets. Tonight, we verify how to stop pickpocketing ghosts in their tracks.
The ghosts and goblins will be showing up at your door tomorrow night without thick coats, as it's a seasonable Halloween. Changes are coming for the weekend into next week, but those changes don't include rain chances.
Tonight, a bill to give people convicted of nonviolent felonies in Illinois a clean slate is on Governor J.B. Pritzker's desk. The Illinois House passed the Clean Slate Act today. It will automatically seal records for felony convictions eligible for expungement. This eliminates a petition process. Serious crimes such as murder, sex offenses, domestic battery, and DUI are excluded. Tonight, a listeria outbreak linked to ready-to-eat pasta meals is growing. 2 more deaths and 7 illnesses have been reported. The FDA says in total 6 people have died, 27 others sickened across 18 states, including Illinois and Missouri. The meals were sold at grocery stores, including Trader Joe's and Walmart. An alert tonight for adults and children who sleep with their phone or tablet in bed. We must warn you, some of the images you're about to see are graphic. 9-year-old Ashton Pitts was asleep when his necklace got caught up with his tablet charger, sparking a fire. His mother woke up to his screams.
It was like this loud bang, and then I woke up, and then I just started shaking, and I was screaming help.
It felt like my heart just like fell out of me because it was, I mean, as you can see, it was horrific.
Ashton suffered burns to his neck and hand and was treated in the burn unit. The National Fire Protection Association recommends don't charge your devices under a pillow, on your bed, or on a couch. Avoid a charging location that's exposed to direct sunlight, and only use the battery and charging cord that's designed for your specific device. Well, during the Halloween spooky season, we see a lot of ghosts hanging around as decorations, of course. The Better Business Bureau says there's another type of ghost you need to look out for. Tonight, Megan Bragg verifies how this one can tap into your wallet.
Well, it's called ghost tapping. If you use the tap to pay feature on your phone with your digital wallet, the BBB says some scammers are using that same technology to steal your information without you even knowing it. So let's verify what you need to look out for.
Our source is Juliana O'Rourke with the Charlotte Better Business Bureau and the U.S. Department of Homeland Security. When it comes to paying, it's become easier to tap your phone instead of swiping your card. But the BBB says criminals are getting smarter, and now they don't even need to steal your physical card to get your information.
If they get too close to you in public, they could get too close to your phone if it's kind of easily accessible and charge your phone with the tap to pay that way. If maybe there's a fair, a festival, we know those happen often here, especially this time of year, they could set up a booth and sort of pretend to be a vendor, and they could be only taking those tap-to-tap payments.
O'Rourke says tap-to-pay works through something called near-field communication, or NFC, which allows devices to exchange data within a very close distance. Homeland Security says radio frequency identification, or RFID, blocking wallets or card sleeves can help.
So if you have an RFID sleeve protector, wallet protector, it helps so people can't essentially tap into your card or your payment that way.
O'Rourke says make sure to not leave your devices out in public, and if you're paying for something digitally, make sure the vendor is legitimate. With your Verify, I'm Megan Bragg.
What can we verify for you? Just send us an email to verify@ksdk.com. If you haven't heard, 5 on Your Side is on the move. Today, signage went up on our new broadcast and digital content hub at the Highlands on Oakland Avenue. That's right off I-64 across from Forest Park. Our new home will be equipped with upgraded technology, modern workspaces, and a brand new studio. Construction is underway, and we'll share more when we move into our new home this coming January. Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell joins us now with the weather impact forecast and talking about the trick-or-treaters who, like you said earlier, will have a treat tomorrow weather-wise.
Yeah, it's definitely a treat. It's a chilly start for us. For some of us tomorrow, it may be a little bit frosty, but some of us have already seen frost this year, and this is really late in the season to be seeing our first frost. Let's put that out there right now. Saturday's a relatively tranquil day. Some of us, though, may see our first freeze on Sunday morning. The frost advisory at the moment that runs overnight tonight, early tomorrow morning, is for our western counties, basically Bowling Green through Troy to Warrenton, down to Washington, Potosi, into Farmington, Fredericktown, points on to the west. You're looking at temperatures in the mid-30s. The winds are light, the sky's clear, so a little bit of frost. If you have something still growing you want to protect, go throw a sheet over it, go throw some paper over it. Don't use plastic. But again, it's pretty late in the growing season. Out the door, though, the next couple of mornings, that extra layer, something you might need. And you may need a few extra minutes if your car's outside and you got a little bit of frost on it. I don't think we're going to be scraping a whole lot of it for tomorrow. 49 degrees right now in St. Louis. You see the clouds are up to our north at this point, and that's mostly where they'll stay for the overnight hours. That's why north and east of St. Louis, we're not worried about frost at all tonight, although you've seen your first frost of the year. 49, Lambert, 59 was the high, 40 was the low this morning. It's been a dry day. We drop back into the mid-30s. Outlying areas west of St. Louis are the coolest. Also the areas where you're more likely to see a little bit of frost. For tomorrow, you know what? There's still a lot of people doing a bunch of construction around the region because of the storms we had in the spring, and a lot of roofs still going on. Tomorrow's a good day to do it. It looks like next week will feature some good weather for that as well. Here's what's going on. We're watching another system that's going to drag some cooler air our way as we push into the weekend. So tomorrow we're in the low 60s. Saturday, that upper level energy and the core of the cool air slides overhead and sticks around right on into Sunday. So as that comes in, that means we're down into the 30s, even in town on Sunday morning. Potential's there for some spots to go below freezing. It's a glorious afternoon, though. Tomorrow, plenty of sunshine. The clouds don't start increasing until about the time the kids start to go trick-or-treating. We're in the low 60s, mid-50s over the weekend for highs. These numbers below average. Little bit of a breeze, more clouds on Saturday than on Sunday. And then our temperatures start to warm up a little bit as we head towards Tuesday and Wednesday. We'll be looking at readings climbing back into the upper 60s. We may be just a hair on the warm side with these forecast low temperatures for Sunday morning. There's a halfway decent shot that some of us will be down around freezing, as this is a pretty chilly chunk of air that's coming in from Canada. But the reality is it doesn't last very long. And by Wednesday, back close to 70 degrees.
Wow.
And not much of a chance for any rain over the next several days.
All right, Scott, thanks. Corey is in with sports.
Well, the Blues needed some extra time to try and avoid a 6th straight loss, and the high school football playoffs are off and running around St. Louis. Sports is up after the break.
And it's Throwback Thursday on the 5+ streaming app. Right now, you can watch our special celebrating 60 years of the Gateway Arch. You can watch for free on your Roku, Apple, Fire, Samsung, or LG TV.
Every team is going to slump at some point in the NHL season. The Blues just happened to be getting theirs out of the way to begin the year. They know to have lost 5 in a row and tried to avoid a 6th straight defeat tonight against Vancouver. After this start to the season, not even Halloween can scare Blues fans this year. They did get a treat today, though. Top prospect Dalibor Dvorsky, he's back in St. Louis. Blues got a quick start, too. They need this man to heat up. Dylan Holloway, 1-0 Blues. Tied at 1 in the second. Look at this snipe coming up from Jimmy Snuggerud. Off the post and in. What a snipe from Snuggy. We're going to see it again. 2-1 Blues. Man, that's elite right there. Third period, Blues down 3-2, but Pius Suter's going to be there on the rebound on the power play. We're tied at 3. All 3 Canuck goals came from Kiefer Sherwood. Vancouver looked like they pulled ahead to end the third, but the goal was disallowed. We went to OT, then a shootout, and in the shootout, the Blues could not find the back of the net, and Jake DeBrusk did for the Canucks. They take the extra point. 6 straight losses for the Note.
I think it was a step in the right direction, executing a bit better. But you obviously just got to find a way to get 2 points, got some chances. Myself and OT there, just got to make more of it.
We're trying. I mean, it's I don't know what to say. It's kind of it's hard right now, and it's we just need a freaking win.
It's a bit less busy Saturday for area college football fans this week. Mizzou is on a bye week, but the Illini will welcome Rutgers to Champaign bright and early. Illinois will be trying to right the ship after a 2-game losing streak to Ohio State and Washington. And Coach Bielema has made it clear losing cannot become the trend for the Illini.
It took forever to get the feeling out of our building that not failure, but losing was acceptable, or setbacks were okay. Had a leadership council meeting with our guys last night and wanted to remind them of that, right? Like, as soon as you begin to feel that or see that or understand that or allow it, that becomes more of a common factor than you want.
It is officially playoff week in high school football. We'll have a great Halloween edition of 5 on Your Sideline tomorrow night, but we got a bit of an appetizer tonight with some Halloween Eve action. Francis Howell and Troy Buchanan is a great regular season matchup every year. Now they meet in the postseason. First play from scrimmage, big one for Howell as Reed Remington gets a big gain, but then absorbs a crushing hit from Troy at the end. The Trojans had the home cooking working tonight. Carter Dallas had a great career there. Nice run on that play that sets the Trojans up for a second quarter touchdown as Chris Wenger gets to finish it off. Troy moves on with a 42-24 victory. Zumwalt South on the road at North Point. The Bulldogs won this matchup by just 1 point in the regular season, and the Grizzlies remembered. First, some defense. Tyron Williams tracks that ball for North Point. He gets the pick going the other way. Then on offense, Taverin Williams can make some magic. He scrambles, reverses field, scrambles some more, and eventually finds his lane. He's going to get in for an impressive touchdown run. Grizzlies get some revenge with a 40-0 win over Zumwalt South. Let's go south now. Lindbergh and Oakville in a first-round playoff clash. Big play on defense for the Flyers. Jackson Bailey picks off the Oakville pass. He's gone down the sideline. That's a pick 6 for Lindbergh. Just a few plays later, it's the Max connection for Oakville. Max Bradley airs it out, finds Max Simakaitis, who's going to do the rest. That is a long touchdown catch and run down the sideline as Oakville beats Lindbergh to advance 19-17. I think even the most positive Blues fans are a little bit concerned right now, and maybe more than a little bit
It doesn't
concerned.
really make sense
It
as well as
doesn't.
they played down the stretch last year with the same team, basically.
Same team, and
maybe
argue,
not even as good as this
you
team.
can argue an improved team from what they did in the offseason. It's still early, though.
It's confusing.
Still early.
We'll be right back. Tickets are now on sale for brewery lights at the Anheuser-Busch Brewery. They're $12 for adults, which includes a complimentary beer. This year, you could buy $25 flex tickets to be used at any time. The brewery is also hinting the addition of a holiday speakeasy experience. We have a link to buy tickets in the As Seen on TV section of KSDK.com. Brewery Lights kicks off November 22nd. And we're getting towards winter. What about tomorrow morning when people go outside?
Tomorrow morning, a little on the chilly side. We're talking temperatures down into the 30s to around 40 degrees, but we warm back into the low 60s. So if you send the kids with the coat tomorrow, that light jacket, you probably don't see them come home with it tomorrow afternoon.
All right, Scott, there you have it. 5 on your side at 10. We're always streaming on 5+. Don't forget to start your day with Today in St. Louis beginning at 5 a.m. Have a great tomorrow and stay safe.